And good afternoon, everybody. Hello.
Um,
And as you can see here, we have a crowd here today. Everybody wave. There we go. All right. Look at how happy they are. All right. I'm going to get the camera back over here. See if I can get it back. Oh, oh. Let's see if I can get it in the right angle. Is that okay? Is that
Yep.
good?
Perfect.
Okay. My head doesn't get chopped off.
Nope.
All right, let me tighten this here so it doesn't loosen up. So we have 2 years ago, 4 years ago, sorry. Oh my gosh, it seems like it was just yesterday, but 4 years ago, do you know what was significant 4 years ago? Anybody? COVID was started, but that was the bad news. But you know what the good news was? It was right about the time we started doing Zoom. In fact, April 8th was the very first Zoom class that I did. I did it at my house, sitting at the dining table, and I had power slides because I didn't know how to hook up the organs just yet. So I put it together just to see if I could get everybody on, and then eventually we started figuring it out and doing things and screen sharing and stuff like that. So this month I wanted to do something a little bit different. First of all, you're going to see a bunch of concerts. Next week we're going to have Todd Stapleton here performing, and then we're going to broadcast that. And if you don't know who Todd Stapleton is, he's a longtime employee that came back. And Jerome's going to do a concert. We're going to have some of the other members doing concerts and special Zoom spectaculars and workshops. So keep your eye out on the emails. If you're not getting the emails, go sign up on the website. Anyway, so we're going to start this program up with some music. I'm going to play some wonderful music that I played frequently, stuff that I've learned recently as well. I'm a little nervous. I have music, but some of them I was like, oh, I haven't played this in a while. I'm going to be brave. And then I have some great selection of songs that I'm going to be dedicating as well. So I'll start off with a little something just to kind of get my blood flowing here. And the song selections are tricky because some of them are big and some of them are soft. So if it clips or whatever, just let me know. And we'll see what happens here. We'll start off, well, since I was on this for the sound check, I'll just start off with this.
Thank you for your time. I hope you understand this explanation.
Need to mute people.
Okay, that was take one.
Yeah.
I did. It's all taken care of.
Hey, Robert, you muted yourself.
I thought it was me.
Myself. Hold on. Take three. Let's see, audio settings. All right. Let's try this again. Can you hear this? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I can hear you.
Yeah,
Okay.
you okay?
All right, so Joni and Jerome, do not use the mute all feature. Okay? Because it'll mute me as well. So I will do that. All right. Now this all won't be on. I'll cut this part out when I post it. All right, let's see if my computer stays intact here. Looks like things were moving and disconnecting. Take three. Thank you. Thank you. How is that? Does that sound okay? Is it clipping?
No, you're doing good.
Okay, very good.
Taught you well.
All right. Thank you so much, Jerome. I appreciate that. Well, we're going to have some fun today. I'm going to play some songs from the 60s, some from the maybe 50s, 70s, I don't know, a little over the place. Some of these songs I've taught in the classes, but I still have an appreciation of the music of the big band era. So I got to throw in one number here. I know this is way before your time, but I like to feature a little Glenn Miller in this part of the show. All right, so Glenn Miller, he played big band music, and so we'll push the big band button. I'm just going to use what's built into the instrument right now. And see, big band, do a little medley here, and 1, 2, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Thank you. And you can't see it from there, but I did try playing the sticks down there. Whew, it's been a while since I played those. I'll have to try it out a couple more times for you. All right, well, now we're going to have this song I absolutely love. I've been playing it for many years. I've taught classes on it. It's just a very, very, very pretty song. And it's from the movie An American Tail, which I believe came out in the 80s. If I remember correctly. And it's an interesting story about a mouse that, they're fleeing a country from overseas to come to America. And the reason why they come to America is because they don't think there are any cats in America. Well, they're mice. You gotta give them that. In fact, one of the songs in that movie, if you have any grandkids and you want to show some great animated films, it's a heart-touching story. But one of the songs, I've got no cats in America, there are no cats, or something like that. And then what happens is they get on a ship, big ship that's cruise line, and there's people getting on, and there's a rope that goes in, and all the mice are going through the rope, through the hole. And on the other side, there's people there checking the passports of the mice. Not people, there's mice checking passports, and so, they have some fun with that. And the ship goes to this terrible storm. And I was going to say the little mouse, but they're all kind of little, but the kid mouse, Feifel, Feifel is it pronounced? He gets thrown overboard, and he gets in a bottle, and he lands in America, but at a different time. And the whole movie's about him trying to find his way back to his family. And one of the songs, I think it's the theme song, is Somewhere Out There. It's a beautiful song. So I've always loved playing this song. So let me get it set up and keep my fingers crossed that I play it okay. It's been a while since I played this one. So let's see, Somewhere Out There. And there it is. And here we go. Oh, let me put the preset on. Here we go. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We hope you enjoyed that. Well, you know, I think I'm going to have a little fun here. And can I take the jacket off?
Yeah.
Okay. No burlesque music, just taking the jacket off. Seems a little warm. All right. I'll just throw that down there. You know, sometimes you want to just kind of really, I should have started up with this number because it's really a good warm up. But now is a good time as any. And let's see here. I always like to do this. You know, when you think of songs like When the Saints Go Marching In, it's a commonly misunderstood song. I think it's a great song to play if you ever want to learn how to do some blues improvisation and things like that, because it's such an easy song to play that if you play it long enough and enough times and you experiment with trying to do extra notes and things like, it's a great song. And then once you learn some of those little techniques, and a lot of times they just happen on its own. When you learn those, you can start applying them to the other song, especially if you're playing in the same key, C. So a lot of techniques that you hear in a lot of the songs we play, they're really the same techniques, just different songs. The trick is we try to play it at the same key, which most of the songs are in the key of C. So I just took a classic key of C here, and I do a little medley stuff, and then I like to improvise a little bit. So let's see what we got here. That button, that one there. Okay, all right. There we go. All right, want to make sure I got that. I need a trumpet here. How about, no, something like this. All right, got to make sure I have the right stuff on. Here we go. I don't know why I'm going this low. I just felt the need to go low. All right, you know what? I'm going to move the camera down so you can see some feeler. There we go. could see it anyway, but it's worth a try. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I had a transposed applaud there. Sound like rain. All right, you know, I'm going to come on over here now before my auto shut off kicks in. We have this beautiful journey here. You know, we always play the big ones when we do the concert, but we got a couple fun things we can do with, actually a lot of fun things. So this is for you, Robert. Pay very close attention because I expect you to do exactly as I do after today. And then go home, no. Actually, I'm going to, there's a style on here that was actually brought in from one of the larger models, and it's a style called Soliloquy. And now I just got to find it. Actually, there's a feature here. If I go to Feature and Style List, and just go to the S's, there's a style called Soliloquy. And there it is. And then I select it. I'm just going to use a style setup. It's a really gorgeous ballad type style. But when I hear this style, I always think of the song Through the Eyes of Love, theme from Ice Castle. So if you have the style Soliloquy, that's a great style for that. So here we go. thought the ending was done. Oh, there's more. All right, isn't that pretty? It's a beautiful style. And all I did is I used the style setup 0, and then I went to number 4 for the beautiful strings, and then I turned on alter style. That was all I did in that song. So sometimes just what you have built in is perfect. Now, you know, there's another fun number on here. I actually use it to do a couple songs. You can tell what song it might be here. So I'm going to go to a song setup here, and its song setup is called You're the One That I Want. See if I could find it. Am I going the wrong way? From Greece. But if you really listen to the style, you could have some fun with it because it's got really kind of like a nice 50s rock and roll feel to it. So when I play this song, I always like to come back and play another song with it. And then I like to throw in the fake it feature on there too, because then it'll just do a guitar solo for me or sax solo, okay? So You're the One That I Want on the Lowry Journey. Okay, thank you, thank you, thank you. Now, I have to tell you, what you...
Can you change the applause to the applause at the football game when the home team scores?
I can. Okay. You know, it's funny because I was doing the fake it there and I put on, the saxophone was on. Boy, if that was a real saxophone, he's got good lungs. And then I put the voices on there. Booty, booty, booty. That's what's fun. You can use any instrument you want. So I did that just for my own little entertainment. Hope you enjoyed it as well. Well, you know, I'm going to slow down things a little bit. And I'm going to play a song. Actually, stay tuned in because I did a class, what was it, maybe a few months ago, whatever it was. I did a Song of the Month class and then I did a concert that day. And what I decided to do is I brought in my guitar and my amp and I played the song Bésame Mucho, okay? And what I did to do that is I used my arrangement, and all I did is I pressed record, and I played the chords throughout the entire song, which sounds really easy, but you have to really make sure that you're counting, because if you're just doing chords, if you're not humming the song in your head or out loud, I was sitting there going, so I made sure everything was on time, so when I went back to play it, along with the recording, I wasn't off beat. And lately what I've been doing is I took that recording and I did a slow version and a fast version and I worked out a whole actual new arrangement of that. So I'm recording that now and I'm going to post it up there just for fun for you guys, okay? So be on the lookout. It starts off with the slow version and I use some of the real just pretty guitar sounds. And then I go into a little bit more upbeat, fast Latin number for you. But I'm going to do the slow version today using my arrangement. And some of these arrangements are actually from the Song of the Month. So if you have them, I'm using exactly what I use in the Song of the Month. Okay, Somewhere Out There was from the Song of the Month. This one will be from the Song of the Month as well. So I'm just using the presets that I have. And as I'm setting this up, some of you know this, some of you don't. But what inspired me for this arrangement was I took a trip down to Costa Rica once upon a time. I want to say it was around 2004 or 5 or something like that. And the hotel I was staying at, I want to say it was called Acatillo Resort or something. It was rated. It was really fascinating because if you're out in the lobby, it was these really long steps overlooking the resort, and you could see the pool, and you could also see. Did my view change here? Okay. Make sure. Anyway, so you could see the ocean, and we were on the Pacific side. And so they had a real beautiful lobby in the restaurant, and every night at the restaurant, they had a different theme night. So they had Italian night, and of course, music playing and food fit. They had Caribbean night and so forth. And so they had different theme nights, and one of the nights was kind of a Latin. I want to say it was a Mexican theme because the food was fitting. And they had these 4 musicians coming around. One was playing I think two on the guitar. I forget what the other instruments were, and one singer. And they just walking around throughout the restaurant, through the lobby, and just all throughout the night playing all these wonderful songs. And of course, they would take requests. And of course, it came with a tip, right? They had the tip jar. It was really obvious where it was. And I was tipping them like crazy. You know why? Because I was giving them all these songs, and I was trying to stump them. I had a few glasses of wine. I had some fun. And they did a version of Bésame Mucho. And I was so impressed by this that I came back, because the one that I had at the time was a little different than what I used to, and that's how I came up with this arrangement. It was a very slow, rhythmic, kind of just smooth and romantic sounding. And then the second part was my part where I throw in the trumpet. But the guitar parts and the way they did it and the feel was inspired by what I heard there. So anyway, so here's this arrangement of Bésame Mucho. Here we go. you. Isn't that pretty? Is it? Well, I have a guitar version with it, so you be on the lookout. I'll tell you when I post it. It was about 60 takes so far. Yeah, because I want to get it as perfect as possible, you know. So sometimes I get through the entire song. There's two versions. It goes from slow to fast, and then I get to the very end and I make a mistake. Then I got to start over. But anyway, that was that version on the organ. So I'm going to play a couple songs here. This is dedicated to my wonderful late and great daughter. As you know, she left me, transferred her her life to the other world, and on Christmas Day 2.5 years ago. So I figured I'd play a couple of songs as a dedicated to her. And these are going to be some great song choices. Now these are also songs that I did at Song of the Month. Now has anybody ever seen the movie Happy Feet? You saw the Happy Feet? And there was, so it's actually a two-part dedication to my daughter. She used to love singing this version, and Robin Williams. You know why, right? Robin Williams was the voice of one of the Penguins, and he was like a kind of an outgoing Latin one. And he did this really kind of upbeat Latin version of My Way. And he starts in English and then he does some of the song in Spanish. So I would advise you to look it up. It's really great. And so I was inspired by doing that version because my daughter used to sing and she'd go da da dee dee, and then she'd do all the little funny noises that he did, and he'd say some of the words. And so anyway, this is My Way, and the style that I'm going to be using on the setups that I had, I have to use music for this one. So let's see here. The setups that I'm using, actually, I used a salsa. Wait, rumba first. Well, let me think. I have a couple styles that I use Latin songs with some. Let's see, let me get it here. My way. I did it my way. Oh, here we go. Let me see. I think I start off, no, let me change that. I start off with, so you're going to hear a lot of Latin styles here because these next two songs, My Way, I actually do it the Latin version. And then the next song I'm going to do, I use Latin. I think that's the one I use salsa. So let's see here. I actually have, it starts off with a rumba. And then it goes into a samba, and then it ends in a mambo, which is kind of clever because the main character in Happy Feet, his name is Mambo. And the whole movie is about, they all sing their way out of everything they do. When they start talking to each other, then they go into a song and they sing. And Mambo, unfortunately, can't sing. He's got a terrible voice and he squawks, but he can dance. And that was his strength. And so the whole movie's about that, finding himself. So anyway, let me pull up the music here because I do need it. Let's see, My Way. Okay. Yeah, oh, that that's going to be great to do. There it is. Okay. And I kind of was inspired by the arrangement, so I came as close as I could in some of the parts. Here we go. Let me change the key there. I don't like it. There we go. Take 5. Thank you. Oh, that's a fun one. It's kind of happy. If you ever go back and watch that, you could see Robin Williams, even though he's the Penguin. You could just picture him going da da dee dee da dee boo dee, do all these funny little things. And of course, and the reason why this is kind of a fitting concert to showcase some of these songs because her birthday would have been this month. So I thought it was great to do. And of course, in November, I featured this song from another animated movie, and it's called Coco. And it's just such a wonderful, touching, upbeat kind of movie. And it's it's about remembering those lost ones, and it's wrapped around Dios de los Muertos. Did I say that right? Muertos. Sorry, I always get the words jumbled up. And this song here, she used to sing all the time. And that one, and Coco, and a lot of the songs from that. So, and this is actually just a really fun song because it's, when you really listen to it, it's almost got a little bit of a reggae feel to it. And the style that I use for it is, let me find the setup first. I picked the wrong one. There it is. I want to use that one. I took a salsa rhythm and I slowed it down quite a bit. So normally salsa comes up a little fast, and then I did some changes to the altar style and what have you. So let's see here. Oops, wrong button. You ever push the wrong button on your instrument? Probably not. Okay, there we go. And it's such a very easy song to play, but the words are wonderful. Remember me, though I have to say goodbye. Remember me. Don't let it make you cry. For even I'm just going to play the song, okay? Thank you, thank you, thank you. And of course, it would only be fitting to do a song in this block along the same theme. And this one I definitely need the music for. And I'm going to do a lot of concentrating because it changes keys and what have you. And this was actually, the way the song was originally written, it was originally written in, I want to say F sharp, right? How do you find F sharp? Because the easy play version, when I found the easy play version, it was all wrong compared to the way I knew the song. And so I called upon Marco, and I said, hey, Marco, can you take this song and put it in easy play? And like the song is, so he took the hard play, I call it hard play, and I think he has a guy, he's got a guy that takes it and he translated it into easy play, and then it got tricky because it changed keys. So long story short, all the work was done, so all I had to do was push. I created my own sounds and my own rhythms, but as far as the music's concerned, it was in the key of F when it was all said and done. And the song is actually from the movie called Tarzan, the animated one. And I don't know if you know this, but Phil Collins, who wrote a lot of the music, originally wrote this song for his daughter, which was, I think she was 10 at that point in time. And the song, and I think if he was basically saying, if no matter where you're at, you'll always be in my heart. So, and then it became obviously a great song for the movie. And so this one was a little tricky at first because I actually used, if you want to write this down, I used several rhythms. Here's the first rhythm that I use is a very not so used rhythm from what I can tell. It's called meditation. Then I go into a pop ballad. Then I go into love ballad. And then I do that back, and then I use electricity. Yeah, and then I finish with the pop ballad. So I got like 4 different rhythms. So when I made this arrangement, when I listened to the song, I wanted it to be perfect to honor her. So fingers crossed. Let's see if I can do this. Concentration, please. All right, here we go. Thank you. Thank you. Well, on that note, I'm going to call it a day. I thought that'd be a great way to finish the concert for today. Well, I hope you enjoyed the show. Oh, I got to lean down now. Hope my head's going to get caught. We hope you enjoyed the concert today, and I'll cut out the extra little takes in there. Maybe I'll leave it just for fun. I want to thank you so much. Stay tuned in with all the emails. We'll let you know what some of the other concerts could be, the special events. Locally, we'll be telling you what's happening in the stores. And I want to say thank you, as always, for all that you do for Fletcher Music Centers. Without you, we don't have a Fletcher Music Center. So with that said, thank you. Stay safe. Keep playing music. And mwah! Take care, everybody. Oh, big round of applause.